for those of you who are learning version control software, whether Git or something else, this is something GitHub related that has pissed me off for weeks. A little attention to detail thing that our UI in GitHub is not very good at helping us. So let's look at this common mistake and let's see how we can fix it. I'll assume you went through that tedious multi-step process to set up an SSH key. What is SSH key? It's basically a secure way for your computer, your local computer, to talk to GitHub. So we assume that's happened. So now we're all excited. We're gonna connect our repository, right? So we followed this step right here and we're connecting our repository. I just went ahead very quickly and created some files and everything. If you look at our local repository, as we call it, the local files housing the project we're working on, if we do git remote verbose, we can see, oh, look, all right, we got to push, we got to fetch. All right, we're good, right? We're all excited. Okay, so now it's time. So how do we know what our repository, our destination repo is called? We see it here. We called it origin when we initiated it. So you just have to go back and look. We do git push origin and then the branch, which is master. So now it's asking us for a username. I thought we set up an SSH. What happened? So let's say we put our username in. So I put my username. What? Password? Why? Why are we getting this error? We already set up an SSH, remember? So if you look online, you will see so many ways to quote unquote fix this. But it doesn't go into a fundamental thing that many students who are unfamiliar with GitHub probably did. So I'll show you. This is probably the fix to 90% of the people having this issue. How I discovered this error I made when I went back to the quick setup and I said, wait a minute. Which one of these is checked? Doesn't this one look checked or is this one checked? So I clicked here and I went, oh. So this was supposed to be checked because I created a secure shell, a SSH. But because of the dark theme, they kind of both look checked, right? I thought this was checked, but no, you see? So when you first make your remote folder on your computer or whatever device you're working on, the remote, if you thought you were in SSH, but you were actually in HTTPS, then the link you put in to initiate the remote, it's incorrect. You can further confirm it, and this is what I did. I said, wait a minute. Typed in git remote verbose, and I said, oh, look at this. This is an HTTPS. It's HTTPS, see? SSH. That's what's supposed to show here. An SSH, not an HTTPS. So the remote's already there, right? So how do you change the URL? The only thing that's different is we need to change it so it knows we're going here. We're using SSH. So at this point, you can probably already figure out the answer. But if you didn't discover this on your own, hopefully this helps. Because I was looking at many people trying to solve this, and they were going all into file structure and all this and keychains. And I said to myself, it can't be this complicated. If it's this complicated, GitHub wouldn't be used by so many people. And that's how I found this. Very big shout out to this person. I'm just trying to figure out how to change this origin, what we call our local remote. We need this to not be HTTPS. We need this to be the SSH. So this is the command you use. Git remote. Now we do set URL, pretty self-explanatory, and origin. So we're basically changing the URL of our origin, our local repository. And here, make sure again you're in SSH. Now copy this. So now we change it right here like that. And how do you confirm again? Git remote verbose like that. So see, now the origin is SSH. Now you can push. And it's not going to ask for authentication that's an HTTPS type of authentication. Because again, I assume that you have already set up your SSH. Git push our remote's called origin. and our branch is master. Watch. There it is. It is up. And how do you know it's up? All you got to do is refresh this page. And look at that. That's the 2 files I put up. And these are the most recent changes that I committed. You can look at the branches if you want. So that's it, man. I don't know if it looks better on light theme or whatever you call it. Let's look at the appearance. We're going to very quickly change it to day theme. So if we do light theme here, and then we will create a new. It's still a little bit ambiguous. You can kind of see a little better. You can kind of tell that you see, right? You can kind of tell that, okay, SSH is definitely selected. Let's see what other themes we can do that might make this good or bad. Since a lot of us like dark theme, right? What if we do dark high contrast? So this one's better. Okay, so the problem with high contrast, it kind of looks a little bit not good to the eye. So maybe we'll do this. I get a feeling this is going to have issues too, but we'll try. Yeah, I see this has issues. You see, you don't know which one's checked. Yeah, okay. So here, appearance. What about this one? I'm telling you, only the high contrast one works. Yeah, see, this one, you don't know which one's checked either. You could easily think it's this one checked, right? Even though you're on HTTPS. Let's test out our final one. Dark dimmed. Ooh, this just looks ugly in itself. But I know this one's probably going to look good. As in, we're not going to have that ambiguity. See? We can tell very clearly which one's checked. Okay, so when you're in dark mode, what we learned is either do dark dimmed or do the dark high contrast. Everything else in dark theme, night theme as they say, is not good. So I guess we're just going to have to stick to this, man. Here, very easily, you can see we're in HTTPS, right? So we're here. This color scheme matches. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this. Again, attention to detail. Make sure if you're having trouble pushing because it's giving you some kind of authentication, even though you very, very clearly set up an SSH and did all of that right, make sure to check your Git remote and see if your origin was accidentally set to HTTPS. Okay, guys, thank you so much. This was Jerry Learns to Code, or whatever I call my channel. Hope this helps your sanity because this was pissing me off for a very, 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 very long time.